Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Sarge42 and to a welcome to the video. It's been a while since I've actually done one of these. Yeah, it's been quite some time. Um as you all know, for those of you who follow my channel, if you're new here, to basically give you a rundown, starting August, beginning of August, maybe somewhere. I think the beginning of August it was. I took a hiatus from YouTube. So, as of today, I'm officially back. And that's what this video is gonna cover. It's gonna cover stuff like what I've done during the break, um, why I left, and stuff like that. So, it's just my little update for you guys. It's gonna be kind of a longish video, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But so to basically start off, we're gonna talk what I did during my break. Was, for one, I sat back and relaxed, to kind of recoup and everything else. But I also did some amazing things for fun and all. So I for those of you that know, if you follow me on Twitter, I think it says on Twitter what state I live in, but I live in the state of Oregon, and so there's been a lot of fun things I've tried to do. Like a couple weeks ago, I believe it was like 2 weeks ago, maybe a little longer, but I went to the Portland Zoo. Now, the Portland Zoo is, as you would assume, it's just a zoo in Portland that has like stuff like giraffes, elephants, um, otters. I think they had, and a bunch of other things. And if you're not an animal it'd probably be really boring to you. Um, for me, I'm not an animal person myself, so you're probably going, Sarge, if you're not an animal person, why did you go to the zoo? I had a friend down, for one, who's never been to it, so we went there with I went there with him, and the coolness of it though is that with me not being an animal person, what was really exciting was seeing it again for the first time in many years. I think the last time I went, I was a freshman. If not, I was in no, it was pre-high school, so it was probably 8th grade, probably 7th, 8th grade. So ooh, that was 7, 8 years ago. I think. I think. Yeah, because then yes, yeah, so 7, 8 years ago was the last time I really went to the zoo. I think, and it was really cool because I still have the pictures, I think, from the first time I went, and I have the pictures now, and it's just really cool to see like how much has changed. I don't know where the pictures. I know I have them somewhere. I don't know where the pictures from the first time around are. They're somewhere on either this computer, or my old computer, somewhere. But I'll show you some of the pictures I have from this one. They'll pop up probably at random points throughout this time I'm talking. But I got to see a lot of things. I got to see some giraffes. I got to see some different kinds of lizards, snakes, birds, and I saw a variety of elephants, and just a bunch of other cool things. It was a really cool place, and I got to eat an elephant ear again, which was a really cool thing. Now, let me explain what an elephant ear is there, so those of you who don't know aren't going, you ate an elephant's ear? No. What it is, it's this, it's kind of like this bread, like deep fried bread treat that's like the shape or size of what they say is an elephant ear. And it's coated in, I think, cinnamon and sugar, and it's really good. When you get them, if you get them nice and hot and fresh, they're absolutely delicious. Um, and they were one of my favorite things about going to the zoo is I got to eat. I'd be like, oh, I want an elephant ear. This time around was a little disappointing because the place that I went to get the elephant ear from in the zoo was they weren't making them to order, and what I mean by that is like when a place makes food to order, you generally go up there and you be like, "Hey, I want X item," and they're like, "Oh, okay, it'll be like 5-10 minutes ago. 5-10 minutes, we'll make it, and it'll be ready for you." Um, so they don't have any of the X item on stock, like ready to go. So this place made them, and they kept on to ones they made and gave them to customers when they bought them. So the one I got wasn't hot, ready, and fresh. It had been sitting for a little bit, so you could tell it kind of took away from the taste and all that stuff. Um, but yeah, it was a cool experience to go and see a thing, and going on the elephant ears. I will see if I can find an image online to show what they are, so that way you get a general idea. But yeah, so I got to see a lot of things: elephants, giraffes, monkeys, and a bunch of other stuff. Um, really cool experience. I absolutely loved it. Now, let's see the next thing. I have a little piece of paper. Well, I have a file up here with all the notes stuff, so I stay on track because I have a habit of getting off track very quickly. So, the next thing I did, and I actually went to this roughly 4 days ago. Yeah, 4 days ago. It's also where I got the hat. You'll see icons here and here. Yeah, and then this one. Um, I went to Mini Lad's tour in Portland, and that was an interesting experience. And that was really cool. It was a 2 hour drive to go up there. Uh, Hold on, let me stop for a moment. I am going to explain. I'm not going to talk about anything about the show itself. Like I'm not going to go into what they did and all that stuff because that's wrong of me to do. For because it would for the people who would watch this video and everything else would if they're planning to go to one of the other shows, I would be spoiling a lot of it for them, and plus um it would just be wrong in general considering the fact that uh, they ask you not to take videos or pictures during the show. So to emphasize on that though is like so Mini Lad and Big Jiggly Panda, who were the two people who put on the show, stated themselves though, like Mini stated in one of his videos, he didn't care if you took pictures or recorded and stuff, but from one of the things he said, a cops had already been contacted one person because they uploaded the entire show on the internet. Now that is wrong because again it takes away it because that's taking money from the people who need it, who worked for it. Um, but going on to the thing, it was a 2 hour drive up there roughly. I got there. I got there at a. It was. I think I left my home around 4:30 ish. A little before 4:30. I got there around 6:30, 6:40. Um, and it was really cool because um, I got the so I got the VIP Q&A package. Now, if you don't know what those are, you've got the standard edition, which is just the show starts at 7. You go in there. Well, the my bad. The doors open at 7, and doors open at 7. The show was at 8, and so I got there around 6:30 ish, and I was completely lost. So we got to it was held at the Revolution Hall, and so I get up there and I'm like, now where's the entrance? No, where do I get in? Because there's multiple doors, multiple entrances. Because from what I gathered, there was multiple shows I think going on that night maybe. Um, but so I get there and there's two other people standing outside, kind of waiting, trying to figure out what's going on. One of them goes inside, talks, and I kind of follow them around as we go back there. And we get to the entrance. They check us. They check our IDs, so they can give us certain certain bracelets signifying whether we're 21 or under. If we're over 21, you got one color. If you're under 21, you got another. Because there's a bar there, so it was so that way you could be like, hey, there's my bracelet showing that I'm over 21, or whatever. I assume. I don't know. I didn't go to the bar. I'm not 21. But so I get there and it's crazy. So I go upstairs and there's like 2 to 3 different lines there. There's one line going to like the food place. So the way the room was is to kind of give you, there's a straightaway here and a turn to the right way and you get up to the second floor. If you go straight, you're going to the food place. If you go right, you're going to the line, which is actually curved around into like a U at this point to get merch. Because there was a merch booth right there, and it sold various different types of merch from both Big Jiggly Panda and Mini Lad. Let me actually just... There we go. Let me just adjust this. Oop, my thing's gonna fall off. Let me fix that. There we go. Now I'm not like crunching down so I can talk to you guys directly. But so I look right and I'm like, wow. So the person there sends me back down to go to the Q&A pack to go get my VIP bracelet and stuff like that. So check my tickets and all that stuff. So I go in there and do that, and so this is where the kind of story gets a little bummed out a little bit. Okay. Now you're probably wondering what I was going to say. Now, I decided it'd be best if I stopped myself from saying what I was going to say. The reason being is what I was going to talk about is me having issues with the tour and all that stuff, but in sight and now as I was going through and editing, I realized that's not important. My experiences, yes, I had issues with it and other stuff. That's that, but that in itself was not important to take a lot of time and go into to explain, because again, the tour was great. There were some issues, yes, but it's not the fault of like Mini Lad and all them. It's not their fault. So, in retrospect, once you get back to this video, I'll be explaining the good parts. But then I was like, okay, that sucks. I'll still get my Q&A package, and then I'll go see the main show, and then that'll be great. So I go through there and like, all right, yeah, we don't have all the Q&A stuff. We'll get that to you a little later. Is that all right? Yeah, sure. Perfectly fine. So I go in there. I go into the lobby area, the show areas, I should say, the showroom, and find a seat. It's packed. For pretty much the most of the thing. Well, I mean, I can't say it's packed because it wasn't packed. Like the bottom area was packed. Because it was really cool, because Revolution Hall you have the center area on the right side, you have more seats, on the left you have others, and then you had a whole upper area above you, and that was a really unique thing to see, because I've never been to like a show like that. I think the only show in a room like that I've been to since I was one that I went to years and years and years ago, which was a show that Bill Nye put on, talking about the human anatomy. He came out wearing a human anatomy like outfit years and years ago. This is back in elementary, middle school. I think it was elementary, like end of my elementary years. And it was one of the coolest things when I was younger. Well, I haven't been to something like that in forever. So I'm in there like amazed at how many people are here. People are chatting. People are doing everything else. And so I'm sitting there, and what happens is you sit there for about an hour. You can either sit there for an hour, you can get up and move around, you can go to the food place, go get your merch, all stuff. But you basically have a bunch of free time. You have free time for an hour until the show actually begins. So I'm sitting there and laughing here and there because for those of you who follow Minilad, and I'll put links to both their channels in the description and all that stuff since I'm talking about this and all that. But if you follow the channel, you'll know they have memes like Speve and bunch of other stuff. So every so often you have people shouting Speve, Speve, and a bunch of other stuff, and some of the other memes that Mini Lad's known for. And it was one of the funniest experiences seeing all that happen. And then it would get, as it got closer to closer to the show start, it started happening. People were T-posing and other stuff. But the so the show itself, like as soon it started, like when it got ready to start, like the whole time they had it going, they had music playing during the whole waiting period, and they had a screen, which I'll put up the image of the screen they had showing, because that's nothing. I took that before the show began, because they tell you right like 5 minutes before, no pictures, no videos. Suppose you can get kicked out if you do. I think I had a person next to me who was taking pictures the whole time, and but that happened, and then so yeah, again, I'll show a picture. It'll probably pop up somewhere on the screen. Again, post edit once I edit all this together. But then the show happened, and it was an absolutely amazing show. I'll tell you. If you haven't gone and but you have a ticket for it, you'll absolutely love the show. Because, well, and then if you haven't gone but have the opportunity to, you're just like, you were kind of on like it wishy-washy, like, I don't know. I mean, do I want to go? You want to go. It was honestly a really good experience, and if I had a way to get there and I had the money, I would definitely go to a show somewhere else too, because I absolutely loved it. And it was really funny though, because the way that they did the show and everything else, like for me, was a lot like what it'd be like if me and Aaron, who is known as Be Wild on YouTube, how me and him would be if we were on stage together. So it was one of the funniest things. But so after the show was over, I was like, okay, now I'm gonna go get back in line, get my Q&A stuff, the rest of my Q&A stuff, because they gave me a bag with the pop socket and the poster in it at the beginning, which let me be right back. I'll go get this stuff for you. So we'll start with the bag. So you get a tote bag that looks like this. It says Minilad presents demonetized tour featuring Minilad and Big Jiggly Panda. So you get that, and that's cool. So let's put that right there. And then you get a little pop socket. Focus a little bit. Which is just a giant demonetized symbol, which is really cool. I thought that was awesome. But this is the poster. This right here. Let me get to a distance. Yeah, right there. Now, signed by Minilad and Big Jiggly Panda. Now, this poster right here is one of my favorite things. And I'll show you well, there's nothing else to show you and I'll get to why in a sec. So, if you remember earlier, I said the Q&A package gets a tote bag, a pop socket, a poster, and exclusive merch from both sides, along with the Q&A show. So, I go into the person, and they actually give me something, and I'll show you that one more time. I'll show you one more thing. They give you a badge. Now this says early entry on it, and you're probably going, but I thought you got the Q&A. Let me get to that. So what happened was, but overall, the show was really good, and I'm very glad I made it. So since I didn't get the exclusive merch, I was like, well, I guess I'll buy something because I want to support them. Plus, I want to get something that represents them, each one of them, because I'm a big fan of Minilad. I've watched his videos for a long time. I typically, at first, I didn't watch his channel. I watched a lot of Vanos Gaming, and that's when I first discovered Minilad and all them. Minilad's the only one out of that group that I can think of that I watch their own channel. But I don't watch a lot of YouTubers much anymore. Like I have a list of people I'm subscribed to and people I watch occasionally, but I don't watch tons of them because it's when you start doing YouTube, it makes it harder to watch other people's videos because you don't want to start watching their stuff and copying their stuff. Like let's say you want to play let's say we want to play Link's Awakening, the new Zelda game or whatever. You're not going to want to watch that someone else play it if you're planning to play it. Even though you really like a YouTuber and really want to see how they play it and everything else, you can't because then it brings down your experience and other stuff. And there's a lot of things you just have to keep in mind. It depends on the person. Some people will do it anyway, but that's the way I am. But yeah, Mini Lad. So I was like, I don't watch Big Jiggly Panda's channel itself, but I'm a big fan of him in a lot of videos that Mini has, and so I've actually thought about watching his videos. My only issue is what I see a lot of times with Mini Lad's the videos that Mini Lad plays with other people is a lot of times it's the same video, same content, just different perspective. They might have a little bit of things here and there that are different, but a lot of times, from what I gather, it's a lot of the same things. And for me, I can watch the same video multiple times and find it funny over a span of time, but watching it, let's say, in Minnie's perspective, than watching it, let's say, Anthony, like Big Jiggly's perspective, isn't going to make it any funnier. So, man, my camera is really having fun over there. Sorry if it's a little fuzzy. My camera is being a little bit of a jerk. Why is that? But so I sat there and I got this hat. It was $20, but I was like, it represents the tour, and it has Big Jiggly Pandas and Mini Lads logos, and I wanted to get some that supported both of them and represent both of them because I'm a big fan, and I thought it'd be cool. I said earlier on, if I had the opportunity to go to the show again, even if it was in a different location and everything else, and I had to buy another ticket and all that stuff, I would definitely do it because I had an absolute blast and absolutely loved the show. Except this time, I would make it on time to the Q&A. I'd get there even earlier than I did before. But anyways, moving on. Going on tangents and other stuff, but and I'll add timestamps in the video so that way you can skip through and watch certain sections you want to watch. But I want to go talk about the social media and Twitch. So I talked about the fact that I was going to try to be more active on social media, and I was going to stream on Twitch once a week, along with uploading war tapes every Friday while I was on break. And then I didn't end up doing it. So what happened is with me being on break, I was part of the reasons why I was on break. Because I'm gonna talk about both these at the same time because it kind of works together. So I left YouTube to go on hiatus for a little while because I was super stressed and burned out. I was warned then it was getting really hard to make videos. I was like, ugh, great, it's time to record, yay. I don't want to do it. I really don't. And then when I pushed through and recorded, then I was like, okay, now I gotta edit. Joy. And of course, being like that, it makes it really hard to record, edit, upload, and do things like that because then it just becomes such a trouble, such a chore. And so I was like, okay. Plus, there was some other things, like me personally, I started struggling with finances and other stuff myself, mostly because of my overspending a little bit. I'm an impulse buyer, so sometimes like that, so that stressed me out a little bit. But I had to take a break so that way I could figure things out. Well, a lot of it's also I spend a lot of money I spend money for YouTube, so I buy stuff, be like, oh, this will be great, and I don't end up doing it because then I actually think about it more often. I'm like, this is not the right time for it, so wait it on. I'll wait for a while and things like that. But yeah, so I decided to take a hiatus so that way I could refresh, kind of relax, regain my enthusiasm, and energy needed to make these videos. Like if you go to my last videos and you go to this video, I'm way more excited in this video, way ready to go than my previous videos. Um, but then, but so what happened was I was like, okay, I'm gonna be active on social media. Problem is, I'm not very good at social media because there's not a lot of things for me to tweet out. I'll like things and I'll retweet things every so often, but me personally, there's not a lot of things. I'd be like, oh, I ate a cheeseburger today. It was good, or take a look. I'm looking fly today, or something like that. I'm not. That's not the kind of things I do. So it's like, for me, there's not a lot of stuff to talk about in that regard, and so I'm not very good with like Twitter and other stuff. But then for Twitch, I just couldn't bring myself to go live because I was like, I don't really feel like just hopping up and going interacting with a bunch of people. Yay! Oh yay, a bunch of people! Woo! No. And then war tapes again. I didn't have all the war tapes pre-recorded. We would record 2 to 3 at a time, mostly due to the fact that Captain Andersmith, no, Captain Smithers. Sorry, it's been a little bit since I've done any of them. Captain Smithers, right, you maggots. That voice is really hard to do for a really long time. And so what would happen is, the first video I'd be fine doing it. The second video I'd do fine. Then the third video, what would happen is my throat would start to get really dry and start to hurt to the point where it wouldn't be like really bad pain, but it'd be noticeable to the point where I'd start to cough and stuff. So what happened is my third video, I would start to talk less. I'd start making less remarks, but I'd still be making remarks stuff here and there. So those kind of videos typically basically, well, they were a nightmare. They're a nightmare to record because, for one, it's rough on my voice. 2, I drink 1 to 2 bottles of water, and I'm not talking about like small bottles of water. I'm talking about like these things. I drink 1 to 2 of those during the 3-episode recording session. 2 to 3 episodes, because I have to keep my throat. I have to keep my throat hydrated or whatever, so I don't like strain my voice. Even my throat right now is not like, why did you do that? Because I haven't done it in a while, and I didn't really prepare. I just went with it. But it was the same thing. Like, Aaron would be like, hey, let's record. Next day, hey, we should definitely record. Hey, we need to record. And I'm like, I know you're trying to upload at the same time, and I think I'm like an episode behind on his channel because he's an episode ahead of me because that's how much we recorded. I just didn't get my last episode up because I just couldn't bring myself to edit. But like I was like, dude, honestly, I know we were gonna try to get it done. When we came back from break, it was gonna be the last episode, and that was gonna be it. But I honestly can't do it. I really can't. And that was the reason why War Tapes came up. I just couldn't get myself to record it. Because if you're not feeling it and you're really just burned out, you're not going to be able to bring out the best content you want to be. And I wanted to put as much time, effort, and joy into that series because that's such a fun roleplay series to do. I had a lot of fun recording, I had a lot of fun doing this, and so War Tapes is going to come back. I don't know when. I think I'm gonna upload. If I haven't uploaded the last episode, I'm gonna upload the last episode this week, maybe next week, and then we'll try to get the rest of it going soon. Don't quote me on that. Okay, so now, to basically go on about my plans moving forward for the channel. So my plans moving forward is starting today. It'll be Monday through Friday still on uploads. Monday's gonna be God Eater, or well, no, okay. So let me take that back. So it's not gonna be set days. It's gonna be whatever I upload, whatever I record, kind of thing each day. But I'm gonna state out. I have a surplus of videos. Um, yeah, I have like a surplus of videos, like a backlog, I guess would be the correct term, of like God Eater videos and stuff like that. So, the plan for right now is until I get caught, until I go through all those, you're gonna see. Well, okay, not until I get through all those. That's the wrong terminology. Until I get through all my backlog videos, um, you're either gonna see double uploads or um, basically um, videos um, throughout the week. Like you're gonna see them on weekends also, because I want to kind of get rid of all the backlog videos so that way I can just start, so that way I can clear out all those files and record what I need for those days, and like when I record it later that day I can edit it for the next day or something like that. So that way I don't have to dig through all these different video files for the series to find the oldest one, which would be the next episode. So I'm not sitting like recording an episode for each series, uh, so I'm 3 episodes ahead. If you get what I'm saying, that kind of idea. So the plans for the channel moving forward again is Monday through Friday standard uploads. Gonna be whatever I record. So you're gonna still see God Eater, Diablo, freaking war tapes, and who knows what else. I really don't know what else I have going. I don't remember all the series I've been running. Ugh. And currently I do plan to stream Twitch once a week, or once every 2 weeks, maybe twice every 2 weeks. And I plan to stream some Apex, but I'm just trying to find some people I can stream with. Aaron is probably going to be one of them. I just have to find a third person so that way we can do squads. And then I'm probably going to stream Super Animal Royale again, which is another battle royale. And then probably some Let's Plays. I like streaming Let's Plays because that allows me to play through a game and get stuff done, and especially if it's a game kind of like not Terraria. Well, Terraria is a good one. It would be a good example because of the fact that during the farming and all the building and doing all the long effects, the long stuff that takes a long time, I can chat with people and do that stuff. But the other one, I'm talking about the space version of Terraria. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head. I almost want to say StarCraft, but it's not StarCraft. StarCraft's a way different game. And so that's kind of the plan. I'm going to just stream Let's Plays. And for those of you who watch on YouTube, though, don't fret, because Twitch doesn't save live streams for more than 14 days if you're not like a certain member. So what I'll probably do is stream, download the file, and then I'll either upload them as complete live streams, or I'll cut them up into like highlights or like episode like format, like highlights of the series, so that way you guys can watch too. So that way you guys on here can see what kind of stuff I do, and see the kind of things you're to keep you guys entertained and keep series going. Now, the final thing is to kind of talk about what I've gained from this break. So, it's kind of a gained, I've regained kind of thing. So, I've regained the enthusiasm, the energy, and the excitement I need to make YouTube videos. Because I love doing YouTube. It's something I've always loved doing, something I've dreamed about doing. It's something I hope to one day go full-time on. And just all my energy and all my time goes strictly for this and gaming and entertaining you guys. Plus I've gained different ideas and a new kind of drive. So, and the general idea of, and I'll use a Latin term for this, and I do apologize if you know Latin. I may mess this up. It's carpe diem, And what that means, it has two different means. Pluck the day is one of them I've heard, but it's also seize the day. Um, and that's a whole new excitement, a whole new term, and a whole new plan. Like for me, it's like the reason why I'm using that term is because why I'm going with that is because I kept like in the show with Minnie Laden and Big Jiggly, well, Minnie and Panda, as I'll say, they talked about, like, someone asked them, "Did you see yourself ever when you started YouTube careers ever going up on stage?" And like, no, but we just did what we loved and all that stuff. That's my problem. I was, I think that's part of the issue. I was getting burned out. I was focusing too much on the subscriber counts, the views, the future of my channel, all that stuff. I focused way too much on that, and that was the problem. Like for me, it's like I only have 30 subs. I'm grateful. I'm super happy for that. But it's like I was like other channels at this point have this many subs or this. I was comparing myself to a lot of other bigger channels, and I shouldn't have been doing that because that they're them, I'm me. We're all gonna grow at different rates, and I was like, um, oh, I want to do this at this kind of checkpoint. That's good, but don't focus. Don't keep thinking, oh, I need to do this, 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 and this when I hit this milestone, or when I want to hit this milestone, or this. Seize the day. Focus on the day and do what you do. Do what you enjoy. Don't worry about the future. Worry about that when it comes close. Like, oh, I shouldn't be thinking about what I'm going to do at my 100 subscriber milestone yet at 30 subs. I should worry about that when I have 90 subs or 80 to 90 subs or more. Hopefully not 100 over 100 at that point. I should have probably thought of it and done something. But you get the point. Like, I should be seizing the day, focusing on the day, doing what I love, enjoying it, and focusing on the present, not the future. And that's what I was doing too much. I was focusing on the future and everything else. Like, I understand, a small channel is not going to get a lot of views. But at the time, I was like, I'm putting all this effort in there, but what's the point? I'm getting one view per video half the time. And it was very deterring and everything else. Like, I saw on Twitter, and if you guys can, I think you guys can see what I like and what I comment on, but maybe. But there was this other person on Twitter who was talking about, like, if you're a small channel, you're getting screwed, like, all this stuff. It's like, it is true, and I was like, it's something I've struggled with for years. Like, I have struggled for 3 years to get seen and grow. Like, the most views I've ever gotten on a video was 80, and I had to take it down because of, at the time, because I got, I didn't have to take it down. I chose to take it down to get rid of the copyrighted music. And when I put it back up, no one wanted to watch it. But it's like, that's something you have to work with. And, like, what I've gained is the knowledge and the realization that I need to stop focusing on the future. The future can wait. The future can go do its own thing. We are living in the present. We need to focus on the present. And that's what I hope to do, is, like, I'm with that knowledge and doing what I love, my goal is to put all my time and energy into the now. I'm going to seize the day. Carpe diem. Carpe diem. And that's the whole plan of this. So, I'm really hoping you guys, if you're new, I hope you decide that you like this channel and will stay to go along for the ride. If you're a returning subscriber, like I hope you will decide that this is still the ride you want to stay along, because I have so many exciting things I want to do for you, whether it be for the upcoming month of Halloween or the future of this channel next year and the year after and so forth, because I have so many exciting things to do. I'm changing things completely, whether it be for different things, and I'm gonna be more myself. Like, that was one of the biggest things. Like, I always heard it, be yourself, but I wasn't being myself. Like, if you look at my videos and you look at how I am with friends, I'm way different people. People always want to present their best self, but for me, there's a lot of things I can't do or say, not because they're racist or anything else, but because I have siblings I live with, and so we don't want them repeating what I say. But like, so a lot of my humor, a lot of my the way I'm like when I get mad, I'll just be like, mm-hmm. Normally you'd be like fuck or something like that, but and I do a lot of times. But there's a lot of other stuff. A lot of the ways I expressed myself, a lot of the ways I did, I was dumbing down because I didn't want to have other people repeat it or everything else. But I decided, you know what? Screw it. I really would rather be myself and present my who I am to you guys as a whole. But anyways, I'm gonna have to have some fun with this video considering I've been recording this vlog for an hour now. So that'll be fun to cut down for you guys. But anyways, yeah. So that's pretty much all I'm gonna say. I really hope you guys will enjoy this channel, and what else is more to come for you guys. So anyways, without further ado, make sure you follow me on Twitter at thesarge42, all caps. Also follow me on Instagram. I actually created an Instagram lately. If you guys have any ideas or things that you'd like to see on Twitter or Instagram, for example, let me know, because I'm not really used to using either that well. But I'd be more than happy to share other stuff. And I'll use this for various things, like channel notifications, and like, let's say if I start going into game development, releasing games, some of the stuff will be on there. Pictures and various things. But yeah, so alright, hit that subscribe button. Right, don't forget to click the bell, so I'm part of the notification squad, and hit that like button, smash it to pieces. And if you have any comments, questions, game ideas, please leave them in the comment section below. And while you're at it, don't forget to join the Discord channel. It's on the channel banner. It's the Sarge's Platoon, and get in there. We were trying to build a community. It's me, Aaron, and a bunch of others. Come and join in, and we can chat, hang out, play games together sometimes, everything else, and maybe you'll be in a video. Who knows? I don't know. We'll have to see. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!